Yeah, this is one of those episodes where I've got to insert a little pre-recorded bit after the fact and slide it at the beginning to explain something and to apologize, because this episode has something that has not happened for a long time. In fact, I don't think this has ever happened. I was really happy when this episode ended. No, that's not what I'm talking about, but that did actually happen. And something else happened. My gain on my microphone was turned all the way up. So what should look like a wave form in editing just looked like a giant slab of solidness because my microphone was way too loud. Now, Ripley did his absolute best and he's made it listenable. It was not listenable at the before he touched this, but it's still a bit crackly, and I just want to apologize, but please bear with it because I think this is probably the best episode we've done so far. Which I know, well, let me know in the comments down below if I was being honest or not. Haha, now I've tricked them. Now they're going to listen to the whole thing for once. Should we tell him, Ripley? Oh, no, there's nothing to say. It's just that we never really have guests.
No, we do. That's not true. We've done quite a few guest episodes.
I'm really glad I just looked at my stream deck then, because I just saw that the desktop audio wasn't actually recording. Can you guys just say... Alright, yeah, okay, it's recording.
This is
Good.
Gonna be a mess. Alright.
It's always a mess.
Send it, bro.
Cartoons, you fucking bastard.
ShockMouths needs to fix the rug!
Are you seriously that fucking naive? And ShockMouths is the expert. He's the boob expert.
I heard his podcast, and it's awful. Don't listen to it.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the ShockMouths podcast, the only podcast that's had more chances than a cat has lives. I'm Mitch, today's replacement Ripley is Ripley himself, but he's brought with us a very special guest, Keehlan from Keehlan's Mealans, who we spoke about last week. How are you, Keehlan?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Hi, good.
I didn't like the shit you were saying about me, though.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing. No one watches our podcast, so, like, I can just say whatever I want about anyone, and they'll never see it. Whereas this is, like, I think the first time that someone's gone, hey! What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure Ripley put it in a Discord I'm in, and I was like, what the fuck? My name's in that. So I watched the 10 minutes that I'm talked about in it.
Oh.
Not impressed.
For those who didn't listen last week, we actually spoke about Keehlan on his show, Keehlan's Mealans. Does he actually review us in this video? At all?
No, he doesn't review us.
Wait, is that the whole bit, Ripley? Did he just say, oh, this is sponsored by Ripley, and that's it?
No.
Where him and his sister were sitting in the car eating popcorn chicken. Yeah, and Keehlan...
It's not my sister.
Oh,
yeah.
It's not your sister?
My girlfriend. Not my girlfriend.
Oh, your girlfriend. So that's not your sister. That's your girlfriend.
Yeah.
All right. I apologize to her. I didn't mean to do that.
I already told you last week.
What'd you tell me last week? Oh yeah, but I elected to ignore you. You don't count. You don't have rights. You're disabled. Now, Keehlan, you actually bully disabled people a lot professionally, like as a job. What inspired you to like bully disabled people? Was there like a defining moment where you were like, nah, fuck this?
Yeah, so I was actually in the car with my girlfriend and her mum, and we're at Southern Cross train station in Melbourne, and there's a disabled car park out the front, and she goes, there's nowhere else to park, so she slid in there and then put a disabled sticker up and said, this counts. And then I said, well, from that day on, I've always parked in disabled spots, because how easy was that?
But you do that for real. You still do that for real to this day. You park in disabled spots.
No.
Oh,
And
so that is just a joke then.
Yeah, the whole time it's been a joke.
Oh, thank God. Because I actually gave you shit last year for that, which no one heard because, no one listens to this thing. Ripley's like, no, he's a really nice guy. I'm like, no, man, he parks in disabled spots. Fuck this guy. It's not funny. And I got real, kind of woke about it.
It's real funny. Have you heard some of the shit that you say on...
That who says Ripley?
It's you.
That I say?
Yeah, to me.
Yeah, but I don't park in disabled spots. Like, I have, a little bit of respect for the people that can't walk.
I actually had a fan at one of at the Perth show for the Luke and Lewis tour come up to me when I was selling merch at the end and have a massive go at me for parking in disabled spots. And I had to be like, just sorry to break the illusion, but that is a joke. And we've talked about it because it's comedy. And she just didn't understand. She thought it was completely serious, and I had to leave the room because she was getting so upset at me.
What kind of disability did she have?
I don't mean to be rude, but nothing I could see.
So it was all in here. It was all in here. Wow. So yeah, well, you do that pretty well because I believed it. I mean, I ate the onion, I guess, a bit. I'm a bit embarrassed now. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at going with a bit. If it makes me look like a dick.
Is that the craziest thing that like a fan has said to you, like at a live show?
Yeah, I think the most aggressive thing, I haven't had too many bad experiences with fans other than just people being dicks because they think they can.
Yeah.
But for the most part, everyone's really nice to me, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that at one of Lewis's screenings that he had for his stand-up special in Sydney. Someone, like, at the end asked this question, and I brought this up at the time on the stream, and I'm not going to repeat what he said, because it was fucking awful. But he was trying to be edgy, and it just didn't work, and Lewis, like, just played it real straight, and he's like, and just gave him, like, a very serious answer just to fucking shut him down, and everyone was like, oh, man, this is so awkward. Like, does that happen often? Where people try to out-edge him and it just fails?
Yeah, I guess a little bit on his No Slide Season tour that happens, and I guess it's just the type of person who comes to the show. But it's not as bad as that. I mean, that's a once in a blue moon thing, I guess. That's what happened at that Sydney show, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, I was just reading Ripley's notes here. When did your obsession with Big Brother start? I saw that you are a Big Brother fan. I want to know why, first of all.
Yeah, that's a good question. About 2012, when the new series was revamped on Channel 9, I got really into it for some reason. Don't know why. And so I watched the 2012 and 2013 series, like, every single episode because I was 12 and 13 and had nothing better to do.
Whoa, shit, how old are you?
20.
Fuck.
You're the same age. Everybody's closer to my age than they are to you. You're a boomer.
You're the same age as Ripley then. I'm 30 something.
Yeah.
32.
32, right?
Yeah. I nearly got on the 2014 series. I got, like, you'd, like, send in a video submission, and I got straight past the first round. Like, they were like, no, you skip straight to the next one after that or whatever. The video I sent in, I was at my girlfriend at the time's house in her completely pink room, and I was like, yeah, this is where I live with, like, my girlfriend in this pink room. I sleep on the floor, which was all true. Can't remember. I just, like, tried to make myself sound really, like a sad loser, kind of like nothing's really changed. But there was a guy there that I caught, like, we all sit in a circle and they would ask us questions one by one and, like, give us scenarios and stuff. And I caught one guy out on a lie where he was like, oh yeah, it's really bad to tell lies, it's really bad to, like, call in sick to work when you're not really sick. And then when we had to then, like, vote someone off, and I picked him, and I went, yeah, I'm voting you off because you're a fucking liar because you said it's bad to call in sick. Yet 20 minutes before that, you said you flew down from the Gold Coast here to Sydney, and you were supposed to work, but you chucked a sick. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, you've just blatantly, like, contradicted yourself there. And he got through to the next round, and they kicked me. And the producers didn't want me, and I'm like, oh, because I was just too smart for them or something.
Bit too real.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, and then and then that season sucked, and they never brought it back until this year's one. I like how confident Keehlan is that no one's gonna see this video, this podcast. He's just revealing all these secrets. He's like, "That's bullshit. This is bullshit. I can just scream into this void, and no one's gonna hear it."
Can we drop that as well? Can you drop the release date for Cooking Without Instruction?
What'd you say? All I heard was cooking instruction.
I mean, no, I shouldn't. But I can tell you, I have the episode and the trailer ready for something, and the episode is very, very good. The first one, at least.
I'm a bit out of the loop here because I think Ripley's, like, more, like, into the lore. Is that for Lewis's channel?
It's Lewis's cooking show.
Oh, he's got a cooking show. I thought I heard cooking thing. You broke up in my ear. That cooking, and I'm like, did you say fucking cooking?
Yeah, he's got a cooking show called Cooking Without Instruction.
How long have you edited for Lewis Spears? How'd you go about getting that that gig?
I think I've just been with him for under 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So I was 18. One day I saw, like, it's in this YouTuber page. Not that I was making YouTube videos, but I just happened to be in one. And he made a post saying he needs an editor. To email him, and I sent in some previous work, and I got the job.
Are you the dude that worked at KFC, and then he was like, hey, get my Patreon up so we can get this guy out of KFC?
Yeah, it was Red Rooster, but yeah.
Oh, Red Rooster, sorry.
And then I lost my job.
What, they sacked you?
Yeah.
What for?
I don't know. I never had a reason. But they just, one day, I logged on to where you find out what your shift is, and it said, you have been blocked, or whatever the wording was.
Were you only casual?
Yeah.
Are they able to do that to casuals? That's not right.
Back to Big Brother.
Yeah.
And last year, so like 2017, 2018, I started this fascination with Carl and Jackie O, because they are the best radio show in the country. And then I found out they did Big Brother 2008, which I remember watching, but I was 8 years old, so I don't remember too much of it. So last year I went back and watched the entire season. Just every day would watch like 5 episodes of Big Brother 2008. And then after that, this year I watched 2007, 2012, and started watching the 2006 series, but the 2006 series sucked, so I just...
Wait, you went back and watched previous seasons of Big Brother?
Yeah, of course.
Nobody does that.
Oh, no,
That's not normal.
Nobody. Oh.
No. Yeah. Wait, did you say you watched 2005? 2005 was a really good one, actually. That's like the one that I watched.
Yeah, I didn't do that one. I watched 2006 and 2007, 2012.
That one you got to watch, because they get like these twins in there, but they don't tell people there's twins in the house, and they like swap them out, and they try to see how... Oh, spoilers, man! I don't want to spoil it for you, but I think they did.
Yeah,
I think they did.
Now that you've watched so much Big Brother, do you think that if you got into the house, you'd be really good at it?
Probably at the old format, but the new format they're doing for this season, I don't think so. This season's all about actual challenges.
New format seems completely not Big Brother at all.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's the Big Brother America and Big Brother Canada. If you watch them, it's every episode. It's the same what they're doing this year. It's every episode's an eviction and every episode's a challenge. It's kind of like Friday Night Games, but with consequences if you don't win.
Yeah, they put out this tweet the other day that was like, oh, for the first time or some shit, they're going to be doing their own washing and laundry and shit. And it was like, that's not really... To me, as an average Joe, that's not a selling point. Like, I don't care if they're doing their own laundry. Does that work on you, Keehlan? Like a Big Brother fan? Are you like, oh, yay?
No, because if you'd ever watched Big Brother before, and I hate to sound like a Big Brother nerd, but they used to do their own washing. What do you think, they would send their washing away to the producers, and the producers would wash it for them?
Yes.
Yeah. No.
I don't think so. But it's stuff like that, and then they're also advertising that they're going to have to work for their food. They won't be fed.
That's slavery.
No, that's just reality TV, and it's been every season of Big Brother, but they just don't show it because they got to edit around that to make drama, right?
Yeah.
It's a technique used in reality TV to make you hungry, to make you more pissed off, and that creates better TV.
It kind of sounds like
letting it be natural. They're going, hey, this is why there's drama. I think it's stupid. I think it's very poorly done. It
sounds like a 12-year-old playing with The Sims and then recording it and going, oh, look, I made them go do their washing. Oh, no, this one pissed the bed or something.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
And the Big Brother voice?
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, my God. It sounds like, what's that movie? The movie, and I've forgotten it.
I like that movie. It was a good movie.
Hal.
Space Odyssey. Yeah.
Oh, that one. I can't let you do that, Dave. That one.
That's what he sounds like. He sounds like a rip-off version of that. Sorry, guys. Very passionate about Big Brother.
Now, this is something that I ask every single person that ever comes on here.
I don't think... Okay.
Oh, you don't think what, Ripley? No, you go, Ripley.
I don't think we're there yet.
Oh, you don't think... No, it's not the end. No. But I want to ask him before I forget. It's written here.
All
Ripley, when you hit like a dead end or you don't want to talk about Big Brother anymore, you just throw in another question. It doesn't have to be a specific order of questions, Ripley. Yeah, you can just pull them out of the air.
So guys, speaking of Big Brother, what do you think about the 2008 series with Carl and Jackie O as hosts?
It sucked. I was alive then and old enough to remember. I don't know about Ripley. I think he was still in primary school.
I liked the Gretel series the best, but I was also 4 years old when...
That's the only series that there was, really, because there was just Gretel, and then they went, fuck off, Gretel, here's Kyle and Jackie O. Two people who have been on radio, never on television, but fuck it, let's throw them on television.
I kind of... What do you think, Keehlan? Have you seen Friendly Geordie's campaign to get Kyle on as a relationship expert?
Yeah, I've seen that. That's very funny.
He would be good at that, I reckon. I would watch that then.
Have you guys, out of curiosity, I'm assuming you haven't, but did you watch that 60-minute special about Carl and Jackie O?
Yes, they had that promo where in the promo for the 60 minutes special, Kyle says in the promo, "Oh, there's something that I haven't told you before, Jackie," and he's like crying, and I've been diagnosed with this condition or something.
There's a condition that I've been diagnosed with that I haven't spoken to anyone about.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
Holy moly. Why would you do that?
And that's the whole reason I watched the special. I'm like, oh fuck, he's dying. I never watched 60 Minutes, but I watched that because I'm like, fuck, Kyle's dying. And then, spoiler, he's not dying. They put that at the very end and he was just trolling. But like,
yeah,
they decided to lead that in with the promo. It was weird.
That was supposed to be a talking point of our podcast that week. Like, we were supposed to talk about Carl and Jackie O, but then I saw that and I just went, all right, boys, let's cut that from the episode. It's not good enough.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a joke.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame Kyle for that because I'm sure he just said it just to troll for like that little bit. I don't think there's no way he would have thought that they were going to take that soundbite and then promote the entire interview with that. I lay all the blame on Channel 9 for that. That was poor promoting.
So are we trying to move on from Big Brother, or are we talking about...
Have you got anything else to say about Big Brother? Because
nah,
I don't watch Big Brother at all. I think it's shit.
If you continue to say, and this is your own fault, if you continue to say that no one's watching, I may as well say this out loud. Yeah. I was at a friend's house the other day, someone who works around us. Ripley would know who they are, but I'm not going to name names because that would be rude. And I was going through their phone for whatever reason, and they had the contact number for Tim Dormer, the winner of Big Brother 2013.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, friend, why do you have this person's number? And he's like, oh, I can't explain, and I don't actually know what the reason is, but I wanted, this is a shit story, but I was going to call him, and then I decided against it because that would be very strange.
That would be strange.
And just some random 20-year-old calling you and going, hey Tim, how you going?
That's Keehlan from Keehlan's Mealans.
Yeah. You can come on Keehlan's Millions.
I've got one more shit Big Brother story. It's really shit. I mean, it's super shit. But in 2000...
Worse than my story that I just said?
It's worse than what you just said, yeah. I just need to top it in the shitness, because no one will outshit me on my own stream. In 2011, I was sitting in a cafe at Bondi with my girlfriend at the time. We're, like, eating, and she nudges me, and she's like, do you know who that is? I'm like, no, I don't. She's like, listen. And I'm like, I start listening to the guy sitting behind her. And then he said a word kind of like that I guess is also said on Big Brother. And I've realized, like, oh, it's the guy who does the voiceovers for Big Brother.
Mark Goldman?
Yeah. He was fucking...
Oh, my God.
What was it like the 24-hour stream?
Are we still on Big Brother? Oh, no, good. We've moved on from Big Brother. Thank you, Ripley.
Speaking of Big Brother and the 24-hour live stream, the stream was good. It was quite stressful at the start, obviously, when like everything didn't work. I don't know how much anyone listening knows about it, but we did the stream, and because no one watches, the boys gave me about 2 days to set up and prepare for this live stream. I've never done any live streaming stuff, so I thought I was pretty good to learn all the software and what I had to do in 2 days. But then obviously it fucked up too much. We had to get Whitey and a guy from the Luke and Lewis Discord to help out. But other than that, other than it being exhausting and very stressful, it was a lot of fun.
Now, you started...
That's not a very good reason. It's not a very good answer, sorry.
Just to catch up to the one person listening that doesn't know what happened. Luke and Lewis podcast, they did a 24-hour live stream, and you started at 7 p.m. Why? Why did you start at 7 p.m. and not 7 a.m.? Like, that would have made more sense.
Yeah, Luke and Lewis's theory was that if you start at 7 p.m., it's going to end at 7 p.m., and that's like prime time for their viewers. So more people are going to watch the finale of the last hour, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's smart.
Not as in the start isn't as important as the last 2 hours, and I think that worked because there were like 600-700 people for the last 2 hours, I think, watching.
Oh, that makes sense. That's why I'm not a big YouTube channel, because I don't think of these things. All I think about is how can I do this with the most sleep? What time did you get up that day? Like did you adjust your sleep schedule to?
I had not to brag, I had a radio interview, so I was up at like 11. So I wasn't up like early or anything. I was just up all the time. But also, I did go home about 5 a.m.
What would you say to people that were planning their own 24-hour live stream? What to watch out for?
Don't do it. But also, lack of content, preparation. Lack of content is one thing. Because I
was watching the beginning of the stream. Like the first 2 hours was just you guys preparing all of the content. But that in itself was content. That was great.
Yeah. That was only supposed to go for an hour as well, and it went for like 2.5. But took it.
It's very on brand. Even the technical difficulties until Whitey came along, it was like very Luke and Luke.
Yeah, micro YouTubers like us really appreciate it when like the big guys just have technical difficulties. It's like, oh wow, cool. But they're people too.
Well, I think I did a really good job learning the software, and I didn't get enough credit for the amount of work I put in and that it didn't work out. It's not my fault it didn't work out, and no one was giving me...
Now that no one's listening, we've established that no one watches this thing. Like, just what would you actually like to say to Lewis and Luke for what they put you through, for the amount of work that they made you do, the amount of thanks that you didn't get? Like, just yell abuse at them, basically. You're free to. They can't hear you. Do it.
That's a bad idea.
Why is it a bad idea? Hey, if he does it, if he yells at his employer, I'll yell at mine.
Yeah, but you're
Shut up, Ripley! Shut the fuck up, Ripley! Shut up! I nearly had him. But you fucked it up, Ripley. Fuck you. Speaking of Ripley, why do you have a personal trainer? I saw this on... You messaged me yesterday that you've got a personal trainer, and I wanted to bring it up here so that not only me, but this other guy who professionally bashes on disabled people could bash on you for having a personal trainer. But you didn't allow me to do that exclusively on this thing. You had to then screenshot that, tweet it out, so that then Smeef could jump in and go, why do you have a personal trainer? God damn it, Ripley! You let the cat out of the bag! Why do you have a personal trainer? What the fuck?
I'm sorry that I messed that up. I have a personal trainer because I like to exercise.
Yeah, but what exercise do you do?
Weight training.
With like your arms.
Why do you have to be so mean to Ripley? Ripley's such a nice guy, and you just shit on him all the time.
I'll tell you why. Because when we started this thing, for the first year, he kept making fun of himself for being disabled, and I just wouldn't ever do that. I was like, oh, no, I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to say. And it always it would derail the conversation. And so I learned the only way to not let it derail was to throw it back at him and go, shut up, Ripley, you're disabled. And then he stopped. He stopped doing it. So it stopped derailing the podcast, but I kept going. You're doing that way too much. Wow, you sound like my ex-wife.
You're enjoying it.
You're enjoying it too much.
Yeah.
Why does people not let me enjoy things? Wow.
Guys like my cut?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I just noticed your cut that you're showing off there. Who did that? Wow, why didn't you do the other side?
No, it wasn't me. It was Luke and Lewis, Jasmine and Ruben did it.
Oh, was that during the 24-hour stream?
Mm-hmm. It was the last hour or so.
Was this during the 7 hours that you actually recorded?
No.
So we can't go and watch this happen. That's wow.
Oh, actually, I think Whitey has the footage. I'm not sure, but yeah. Unfortunately, the 7 hours that was saved was really good, but it wasn't this good.
I couldn't imagine doing a 7-hour live stream and then just losing it, let alone like deleting it.
I
on
did.
purpose. Remember that,
Yeah,
Ripley?
you've never done that.
Never done
before.
that. Never done that before.
Never done that before.
Keehlan, I did that once. I did a major live stream, and then like I accidentally clicked delete, and then when it said, "Are you sure?" and I said yes, but because I thought it meant something else, and then this was immediately after it finished, and then my bones hurt for about an hour.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I've done similar things. One time, one of the first shows I ever filmed for Lewis was at the big Brisbane show, like 400 or something people, over 400 people. And we filmed like an hour of vlog stuff before.
Oh, no.
We filmed heaps all around where we were. Like, it was crazy, a lot, like the most we'd ever done, in this kind of scenario. And I've thought I'd changed the SD card, so I formatted the SD card in the camera. And then as he's on stage, I've gone to dump footage and start editing up a short draft. And I've realized I've fucked up big time. And for the rest of the show, I was like walking around like this because I knew I'd fucked up so bad. And then the kicker is that the camera wasn't recording audio.
Oh, fuck. So Lewis found out that you were responsible for this?
And he was so good, he went, okay, we'll work it out when we get back.
This is the thing about Lewis that I think might surprise a lot of people. I've only met him a couple of times and at fan things, and was only for a few seconds, but he's really nice. And it kind of, it's like, whoa. Like, I first saw Lewis in 2013 when he did that thing to A Current Affair, and then he uploaded that video. That was my first experience watching Lewis Spears, and watching that I was like, whoa, this guy is real badass. Oh man, I bet he's so mean in real life. And then meeting him, it was like, oh, you're not like that at all. It's like a big big charade.
And you didn't believe me.
Yeah, and before I met him, Ripley kept saying like, he's really nice, and I was like, oh no, I think, oh no, he's a badass. You don't do that to A Current Affair, man, and be a really nice person. It doesn't work. But yeah,
he's really nice and incredibly understanding about major fuck ups like that. It's just like, all right, well, we can work with what we have.
we can just take the footage and then we'll just ad lib over it. We'll dub it. What do they call it? VR over it or AR? I don't know what they call it.
I wanted to ask you, when did you start making Keehlan's Mealins, and what has made you kept going with it? You enjoy it?
I do enjoy it. I made the first one I made was after, I think it was like a secret podcast or something, where Luke goes, haha, you should make a Keehlan's Mealins YouTube channel or something. I don't remember the context. And then I had so much fun making it that I then did one with Luke. Then I did a couple with like fans after shows. And it was just a lot of fun. And then the reason I've kept going is because what I want more in the world than anything is fucking monetization, and I'm so close. I've got 3,500 hours of whatever I need out of 4,000 hours. So that's why I've kept making the videos. But also, I don't have time right now to make any more videos. So the last week of quarantine for me was good to pump out like 8 videos.
Yeah. How's your body been holding up, especially in the last
his body? What happened with his body?
Well, there's been a lot of Keehlan's Mealins episodes recently, and they've all been challenged like mine, except with energy drinks and stuff like that.
Oh, because the food's been destroying him.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. Just doing a water detox. That's not true, actually. I'm eating fine.
Were you just drinking iced coffee before?
Yeah, I was. No, I'm not eating any more. I guess I'm eating more healthy than I was, but I'm not eating what anyone would consider healthy.
I wanted to ask you as well, after that 24-hour stream, sorry to go back to that, how long did you sleep after that?
Pretty normal. Like, I went to my girlfriend's house for her birthday, and then like
it was her birthday during the stream.
Yeah.
Oh wow. You gotta.
I know that sounds bad, and everyone kept giving me shit on the stream for it. But we had worked it out that I wasn't going to spend time with her on her birthday anyway, because that's her family day. So I spent the next day with her.
Is this your first birthday with her?
Third.
Okay. I'm with you. I don't think that's that bad then. I think if it was maybe your first one, maybe like shit. But at the same time, it's work, and you can't, like if you were still working at Red Rooster, right, and they forced you to go and work at Red Rooster, there's not much you can do. You got to go to Red Rooster.
I mean, Red Rooster, come in, fire me if you must. But Luke and Lewis, the work is a lot different. It's a lot more fun, and her family also understood why I wasn't there.
Now, while we're on relationships, the question that I keep trying to get to, but Ripley keeps deflecting me from it, because I ask this to everyone, right? It's a little fucked up. Now, we're not talking about... I want you to keep this in mind. I'm going to ask you this question. We're not talking about morally. We all know this is morally wrong. We're not debating whether this is morally correct. We're just talking from a legal standpoint, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you get married, right? And you sign a legal document when you get married. Now, you can't cheat on each other when you do that, because that's fucking cheating, right? And when you go and get divorced afterward, that can actually work against you, and I think you can lose more shit if you were the one that, like, were cheating, right? However, if scientists were able to grow an extra penis, and you grew the extra penis after the wedding, and it was not present at the document signing, is this new penis in the marriage contract, or because it wasn't there, if someone else was to touch that dick, would that work against you in divorce proceedings?
Yes.
It's cheating? It's cheating, like, legally?
Yes.
Okay. Some people, like, come out with, like, big, like, they get all philosophical about it and shit, but you're just straight away like, yes. Is that because, you know, you're going to show your girlfriend this and you don't want to get in trouble?
No, because that doesn't even make sense. If you grow a penis, it's still your penis, right?
Yes.
It's like if I lost a bit of skin and I grew new skin, that's still my skin.
That's actually... Someone else said that one time, like, if you lost, like lizards, like, they grow back a tail or something.
Still the same tail.
Good, you pass. Some people say that it isn't. Some people say that it isn't, and they are evil, and they never welcome back on the show ever again.
I don't understand why we asked that.
Because I asked it to Smeef one time, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to ask everybody that comes on. That, like, because every podcast has a question that they'll ask everyone, and we didn't have one, so I was like, that's ours. Because no one else is going to take that.
Is there anything you wanted to defend yourself on, Keehlan? That was said last week.
Yes, but I hate to be that guy. I cannot remember. Oh, wait, yes. To be fair, you guys were giving me shit about not giving much energy in reading out what Ripley told me to read. To be fair, he only told me to read it. He didn't say to do it with energy. He didn't say to do it like an ad read. I said exactly what he told me to, and I did exactly what I needed to fulfill the $25 transaction.
Yeah, and that's what I thought you were doing, because Ripley said, "Oh, look, he linked to the video, and he even linked it to a time code where we said KFC, and he's eating KFC in that video, so he was definitely watching it." And then he, like, with his genius mind, thought, "Oh yeah, I'll link to this exact time code to show the boys that I was watching." Did you or did you not do that?
Ripley, I wish I could say I did.
No,
but
yeah.
I didn't. So
Yeah.
I did watch a bit of your podcast.
I'm gonna get so much shit for that.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think you were watching a bit, maybe like you skimmed through, and then when like you, I think sometimes when you reload a page, it'll reload a YouTube video, it'll go to where you were last watching, and then that becomes in the URL. So I think you then copied that and put it in your description, and that just happened to be where you were. And we say KFC a lot on that thing because of KFC Jesus.
KFC. Is KFC your favorite place to eat, Keehlan?
I think, honestly, in the last week it's changed. I am a bit sick of KFC. I think I really like Hungry Jack's now. But there's a lot to be said for Carl's Jr. I don't know if they have Carl's Jr. in Adelaide yet.
Yeah, they do. They just brought one out. Yeah, they
have Carl's Jr. out here?
Yeah.
Why are we always last?
Maybe not in Newcastle.
Or Sydney. I go to Sydney a fair bit.
I don't mean to derail the podcast too much, but I just found these videotapes. I've got Blinky Bill and the Polar Bears, and Bear in the Big Blue House. I can't read. Home is where the bear is.
What are you doing with Bear in the Big Blue House and Blinky Bill? I can understand, but why Bear in the Blue Bill? What are you doing with that?
Hang on, what else have I got here?
This is Keelan's VHS collection.
Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, Flubber, and I think this one is Toy Story 2.
That was he was pointing to a blank tape, and he thinks that's Toy Story 2.
The sticker before. I saw the sticker that used to be on it.
Keehlan, why do you have VHS tapes just laying around, like, where you can easily just grab them?
Yeah, I don't know. What else? I've got, my...
You're too young for VHS. VHS died, like, when you were still shitting your pants.
I've got VHS tapes behind me as well. I've got
VHS died 20 years ago.
I got my 2008 primary school yearbook. Yeah, you want me to show you me? I'll show you me.
This has become like ShockMouths show and tell.
This is great.
Hi, my name's Keehlan. Here's what I've brought home from today.
I was in class 2A. I wouldn't have been able to tell you that. Let me find me. There's me.
This is what we get for asking him the dick question. We absolutely deserve this.
2008 during the Beijing Olympics, and it says, "Did you know?" So I'm assuming it's about the Olympics. From
Wait, you were in primary school, and oh yeah, you would have been. Fuck.
I was in grade 2. Did you know that when the Olympic Games started, that women were not allowed to watch the game?
I was throwing up behind a pub back then, and here you were learning about the Olympic Games in primary school.
Yeah,
so
throwing
sweet.
up behind a pub, and now I'm here and you're there. Wow, times change.
Yeah, they do. Did you see with all the lockdowns and shit happening, people haven't been able to go to the football and stuff. So what they've been doing in NRL, and I know you guys probably don't follow NRL because of where you live, you don't follow the correct footy code. They've sorry, go.
I think I know what you're going to say, but go on.
Oh, you know where I'm going to go. They've you can pay $22 to have a cutout of yourself in the crowd.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
You didn't know this? Oh, it's good. Someone sent in a photo of this serial killer from England. And you could see him, like, when they were going to kick the goal, you could fucking see the serial killer just sitting in the stand. And, Matthew Johns on the Matty Johns show on Fox Sports, everyone get Foxtel, he did a skit on it.
Sorry, bro. That is the most boomer thing you could have said. Everybody get Foxtel, man. It's 2020, not 2002.
Wow, so well, there you go. You've got to you can take that topic. Fucking take it to Lewis and Luke, please.
That's fucking hilarious. And I'm definitely going to save that.
Yeah, so I thought you guys might have missed that, because, you live in Melbourne where NRL isn't really a thing. I don't know why you have a team that managed to win.
I thought you were going to say that they had fake crowd noises. Is that right?
Oh, yeah, they have that too. Yeah, it's kind of off-putting. It's kind of it's like canned laughter. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah. But,
kind of like watching one of Neil Cole-Hatker's comedy specials, canned laughter.
Oh, Neil, that YouTuber guy?
Oh my god, you don't know anything. I should have briefed you more.
Is he that YouTuber guy? I want to describe him, but I don't want to be called a racist.
The brown guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I went to a comedy show last year to see someone I did a class with was the headliner. He came out as the second act, and I went, what the fuck? What the fuck? Doesn't this guy like? It was kind of bizarre, like, because I wasn't expecting him to come out, so it was pretty cool.
Anyone want the numbers to my debit card?
He's so confident that no one's going to see this. He just flashed his fucking credit card. Play that. Show it again. Except, like, cover the other side this time. Cover the opposite side, and don't make sure you get the back. Wait. There you go. Thank you for the back there. Thank you.
What's on the back?
Just 3 little special numbers that I need to get League of Legends credits.
I cover those up.
Oh,
stupid.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit stupid, but not that stupid.
Yeah, a little bit.
Here we go. This is a good one. Ripley, you'll like this probably. Guys, I'm just overtaking your podcast with videotapes.
No, that's cool. Shrek! Shit! Didn't someone send a bunch of Shrek VHSs to Lewis or something, or am I thinking of someone else?
Yeah, someone sent Shrek 2, the DVD.
But like just one or a bunch? I thought it was a bunch.
Just one.
Just one.
No, just one.
What's written on the bowling ball behind you? The other side. You don't know your own bedroom.
I don't use this room very often. This is my 8th birthday commemorative bowling pin.
Oh, are they all your friends' signatures? I
was 8. Leave me alone.
I thought that it was going to be like celebrities and past contestants of Big Brother or something that were going to sign this bowling pin, but it was just a bunch of 8-year-olds that are now 20.
Would you like me to read some of them written by 8-year-olds?
Sure.
Happy birthday, Keehlan. Alex. Matthew. Have a radical day, son. Wow, you're 8. You're getting older. Have a great day.
That happens.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Keehlan. 8th birthday. Wow. Happy birthday. Guys, that's
These
awesome.
are so creative, these things. They definitely weren't invented by their mothers. Go ahead, Ripley.
Yeah, what is the deal with all the movie posters? Where did you get them? There are quite a few.
Cars 3.
Yeah. Have you seen Cars 3?
No, I haven't seen Cars 3.
I've moved into a new house. This house, like last year, like this time last year, and at the time there was a movie store down the road, and they started closing down around November, so I'd go in like every day to see what I could grab, and I grabbed heaps. I grabbed like Judy Moody's Not So Bummer Summer, the B Movie, Peppa Pig, let's see what else. I grabbed Stuart Little 3. I grabbed heaps.
There's Paddington 2 in the background, which is a great movie.
And they were having a sale on posters, so I grabbed 3 for...
They weren't giving them away. They should have just been giving those away.
No, they were closing down.
How much were they?
So, it was like 4 posters for $5 or something. I got Cars 3, Paddington, Shrek 3, and then the Emoji Movie, but I gave the Emoji Movie to Luke Kidgel.
Yes.
Have you ever done stand-up? Is that something that you would want to get into?
I have done it. Yeah,
you've done it?
I've done it about 5 times, but I'm not.
Was that opening for one of the boys?
Yeah, for Luke.
It was on the podcast tour. I saw it live. It was pretty good.
Yeah, but see, you've got a home ground advantage there. You've got people that already know who you are, and like.
Yes, and that's the thing. So we did Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne. So Brisbane was a bit shitty because that was my first time ever. Sydney was awesome. Melbourne was fantastic. Like I did great. And then the next show we did was Adelaide, and I got on stage, and the way the stage was compared to the other places is the lights were like directly at my eyes.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see anyone, and a much smaller crowd than like the Sydney show or the Melbourne show. So I've got up there and I've told my joke, and no one's really laughed because it's a small crowd, and I've gone, oh, okay. And then so I've done all these nuts jokes because that was my meme. And then at the end I just went, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Can everyone please clap for me? And then I said,
was that on YouTube? The please clap?
I think it became a meme in the Luke and Lewis thing.
I think that rings a bell.
The whole tour is on YouTube if you want to watch it on the Luke and Lewis channel.
What you should do is you should go when things reopen and stuff and everything's back to normal. You should go to like an open mic kind of place where like the crowd is small and only just the other performers, and do your thing there, but secretly film it, and that's just a YouTube video for your channel. There you go, free ideas. There you go.
You didn't put yours on YouTube then.
Shut up, Ripley. There's a reason I bully you.
He has done stand-up a couple of times, and he's never shown any.
They are out there, Ripley. It is on YouTube. What are you talking about?
It is on YouTube.
Yes, it was on the 12-hour stream.
I've still got the one where you call someone, you say they look like your mom.
What? Oh, Ripley. We put that on the 12-hour stream. Remember? That's out there. What's wrong with your memory? What are you throwing up in the air, Keehlan?
I don't know. Just the weight. I'm just bored.
You're just bored. Wow. Great podcast. The guest has just openly admitted that he's bored.
Yeah, our podcast isn't very good.
No, it's not. No one ever said that it was good.
I'm having a great time. When you're not talking to me, I've got nothing to say. So.
Yeah, because it just devolves into me and Ripley just having a go at each other because Ripley will say something wrong, and I have to. What are you feather dusting? What do you do with it? Why do you have a feather duster in your room? What are you doing in your room with a feather duster?
It's not my bedroom. It's like an office.
Because the Beauty and the Beast movie with that feather duster, the way that the candle was like hitting on it and shit, I just can't look at feather dusters the same way ever again. Did you get that same feeling watching Beauty and the Beast? Do you get turned on watching Beauty and the Beast?
Keehlan? I think that's just you.
It's just me? I get a little turned on watching Beauty and the Beast.
What else is in my room that I can show?
Keehlan does have a massive...
Have you got a meal there? We should do a Keehlan's meal, like, not live, because we're not live, but, like...
No, I don't
Eat
have
something in that room. There is something, like... I'm telling you, that you got to find something in that room, and you got to eat it. Don't go out and get something else. Find something... There are, good. Alright, good. You've got food. Hey, eat it. Eat it.
No. I hate salted caramel popcorn, and I hate M&Ms.
Hang on, you hate salted popcorn caramel and you hate M&Ms, but they're in that room with you. Why? Does anyone else share that room?
Yeah, it's from my girlfriend.
Oh, do you guys live together?
No, we don't, but she visits a lot. So, boys, I have nothing else to say. I was trying to think of something, and I was hoping I could come up with something by the time I said boys.
Yep. What? Where can people find you? We'll wrap this up.
We're not wrapping up, are we?
Oh, we are? I thought that was you wrapping up. I thought you were, like, kindly saying, like, boys, I've ran out of shit to say. Let's wrap this up.
No, it's only 11:44.
Yeah, we've still got 15 minutes.
Did you just nearly dox your girlfriend there? Alright, well, let's get...
Yeah, she actually sent an address as well, so that's awesome.
Great. We haven't done that before either. There's so much here that is happening for the very first time that has definitely never happened before. I'm going to bring in KFC Jesus. This guy's a character.
No.
I want you to meet KFC Jesus. KFC Jesus, are you there?
I'm right here. Give me 1 second to plug in my...
How come every time I unmute you, you're like, just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. You know that it's going to happen. You're never, ever ready.
I was ready like an hour ago.
Yeah, you were ready an hour ago, but you're not now.
While KFC Jesus is getting ready, I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
What's the longest podcast you guys have ever done other than the 12-hour live stream?
I think it was 3 hours.
Yeah, we did a 3
And what happened was, we didn't plan on that. We only planned to do an hour, but the guest was like, nah, come on, let's keep going. And he just kept dragging it out as long as he could, and I was dying, and I'm like, fuck.
Okay.
Please no.
And we're not doing an hour, we're doing an hour and a half.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say we're doing 3 hours and a minute, and I was going to say, Keehlan, please no. Please no, Keehlan.
Oh, fuck.
Well, what happened?
Fuck.
Keelan's injured. What did you do?
I just jammed my finger. Fuck.
In what?
That hurts. With the weight and the wood on my desk.
Ripley, if you're editing this, don't cut this out. Leave it in. I want everyone to see Keehlan in pain.
Am I editing this?
I also want it on the record that I don't care.
We didn't discuss whatever.
Are you alright?
Okay, I'm good now.
Alright, you're good. You know, he became a disabled person. You would have joined Ripley at Centrelink. KFC Jesus, are you there?
Yeah, can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can. What have you got? What have you got for Keehlan here? This is Keehlan, by the way.
Hi, KFC Jesus.
Hi, Keehlan. The hell happened to your hair, son?
Somebody else cut it, not me.
Okay, but why haven't you done the other side to match it?
No. Kick their ass.
I mean, they paid me for their haircut, so it's fine.
Did take the money you got that with, buy some knuckle dusters, and beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, they've been locked down for a while in America, and they're not used to having no freedom, so they're going a bit crazy.
Oh, okay. America. What part of America are you from?
I got all shady last time. I didn't know whether if I could I'm just gonna say I live in McKeesport, Pennsylvania, which is like a little bit away from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Kind of a rough and just Google it sometime. Just the first article is hilarious.
I'm not going to do that right now, but I have a lot of friends in North Carolina because I did a thing there once, and I have to say, Americans are some of the stupidest people I have ever met. I did a year there, and I came back thinking I had hope for them. I was like, man, Americans are not nearly as dumb as everyone says they are. But then after the last 6 months, man, I have to say, you guys are some stupid ass people.
Yes, only the highest quality humor from a man wearing fast food on his head.
Oh, we're back. This is Keehlan. We're sorry, but this is how it usually is around here. Keehlan, did you tell your sister what I said? I mean, sorry, your girlfriend. I wasn't being your girlfriend. I meant your girlfriend. Sorry.
What did you say again?
Did you tell your girlfriend what I said?
No, but what was it that you said?
I accidentally said sister, but I wasn't being mean. That was a Freudian slip.
Nah, that's fine.
Yeah. Did you tell her? No. Can you please?
Tell that
Why?
you want me to? Oh, actually, no. She watched the video with me,
Oh.
so she saw all the shit you said.
Oh no. What is she gonna do?
I think
Nothing. Exactly.
I must say that I think I did. I tried to defend you as hard as I could.
Why,
Thank
Ripley?
you, Ripley. I appreciate that.
Oh, you trying to defend Keehlan? Oh yeah, that's fair enough. I thought you were defending me. I was gonna say why.
I do actually have something to show you guys. Man, hang on. It's gonna take a second. All right, here we go. You guys like Shrek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys like playing cards?
Yeah.
Do you like Shrek playing
Yeah.
cards?
Oh, those are proper playing cards, but they're pictures of Shrek. You should play.
Studios.
You should play Shrek poker. Every time you lose a hand, you've got to like put on a clothing that's like Shrek, and like the final bit is like painting yourself green, and then like the loser looks like Shrek, or the winner, depending how you look at it.
Another one. It's Toy Story 1, I think.
Now, why did you peel the stickers off these VHSs?
Didn't on purpose. Yes, Ripley.
What is your thing about being attracted to Ochre Fiona?
Oh, you are too. You are too. She's way better looking than the human. She's way better looking. I don't know. That other one's a fucking ranger.
And have you still got the fan made toy that people make?
Yeah, I do. Would you like me to go get? No, I'm not gonna go get it. I don't know where it is, but yes, I still do have it.
Maybe I can, if I'm editing this one, I can put a picture in.
I'll just go get it. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back.
All right, bye, Keehlan. Can he still hear us because he's wearing ear pods and he thinks that we're fucking dumb?
I think he can.
Yes, I can still hear you guys.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
These nods. Oh my god, I love the radio silence, boys. This is awesome.
Oh yeah, this is getting cut out.
Oh.
Oh wow, there's a wow. Where'd you get that? I want one.
Just the girl in Sydney made it for me.
Oh. Does she do commissions? Oh wow! He's bending it over. Oh, he's spanking it. Fuck, Keehlan, you can't do that. You can't do that.
I can do it.
You can't.
Did it?
No. I refuse to get a boner during my own podcast. Oh, and he's sitting it up there in the back. Oh, you fucking cock tease. Well, she's just gagging for it. You can tell. Look at her.
The face. She's begging, punch me in the face.
She's like, smash my onion. Yeah. Sorry, ogre fucking, that's too far. But we could talk about Big Brother for ages.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys want to talk about Big Brother?
No, fuck.
2007 twist was amazing. So the first episode, they put in a couple, and the couple are not supposed to let anyone know that they're a couple, right? So there's husband and wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend.
Did anyone try to crack onto them?
Well, so the wife kept like flirting with the other guys because all the housemates knew that there was a couple in the house, so they had to try and work it out. And if they worked it out, I guess the couple left. I'm not sure. I can't remember the exact thing. But if they didn't work it out, then somebody else was up for eviction. So then in like day 5, her ex-boyfriend came into the house, and no one was allowed to say anything. The ex-boyfriend wasn't allowed to say, "Oh, she was my ex-girlfriend," and the girl wasn't allowed to say he's my ex-boyfriend. Very strange.
Yeah.
Anyway, the intruder in episode 30 ended up coming second. And I think that's bullshit. I don't think Intruder should ever last.
So,
but guys, that's just the thing. That's just what I have to say.
How did the producers find the ex?
I don't know.
That's really bizarre.
Oh, you know what? Because I think, when you do like your interviews when you're about to go in and like, this is my life.
Yeah.
I think she talked about sex and the best sex she ever had, and so they tracked that guy down because his whole thing, the first episode he was in, like on stage with Gretel, she was like, we had to get you all the way from Canada, like you were traveling in Canada, so they paid him to fly back from Canada. He was with all his mates in Canada. He wasn't allowed to say what he was doing, and he flew all the way back and stayed to go into the house.
Explain that to you.
Wow, I didn't.
You just go, yeah, boys, I'm heading out to do something.
Oh, you're just gonna make up some story like a relative died. Sorry, boys, got to go back to Australia. Fucking someone died.
Yeah.
Well, I just think like he didn't seem that smart. So imagine being on a 6-month ski trip with your boys, and you go, "Hey, some random anonymous person just called me. I'm going back to Australia, and I can't tell you what for. See you, boys."
No, just make up a story. Just make it up.
I don't think he was that smart.
No.
Yeah.
True, he was on Big Brother. They only allow the smart people, the not smart people on. The smart people they don't let through, and it's a proven fact with science.
Did you end up applying?
Me?
Keehlan?
Yeah.
No, Luke. Luke likes to say he didn't, but he actually did convince me not to. He, what, you know, when they were doing the radio show, so one day it was just me and him at the radio station for a couple hours before doing whatever we're doing. And I was like, hey, I want you to help me out with this Big Brother thing. Like, read through my answers, tell me if they're all good. And he's like, man, I really don't think you should. Have you thought about it? Have you thought about the this and the that and that? And we talked about it for like an hour and a half, about everything that happens with Big Brother, like the way people are edited, and how it ruined people's lives. So I decided not to.
Oh. Well, it doesn't really ruin people's lives, does it? No one ever hears from you again. Or you get a radio show. That's how it works. You never heard from again, or you get a radio show.
But there's a lot of reality TV stars that get a bad name on the show, and then they struggle to find work afterwards.
Oh, can you give me an example?
Like the bad guy. I don't watch. Contrary to what you might believe, I don't actually watch much reality TV, but I know that I think the 2014 series of My Kitchen Rules, there was like a bad couple, and they were edited to be the mean couple. Anyway, they got out. The series aired, and they found it really hard to get work because their names were attached to this show and attached as the bad guys, because there was like
Channel 7 for that, and they won. Or was that how?
Oh no, yeah. I think I'm.
But stuff like that happens all the time. It's not uncommon. And imagine this kind of person I am, the things I would say, not thinking about it, and then what would go to air. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you would forget that there are cameras.
The narrative that they push as a Big Brother show, and the more I watch, the more I can see it. They pick 5 people at the start of every series. If you watch it, this is real. I don't think they would ever admit it, but they pick 5 people to focus on, and then those 5 people always are at the end. And they always, like Estelle in 2012. I'm sorry, I'm going so in-depthly into this. She was actually a really nice girl, and she was like, oh, all those things that I was cut up to be really bad were taken out of context. Did someone just leave because I'm talking about Big Brother?
No, KCG's just left because he had to go get a stew.
But stuff like that, and so they're just edited to be the baddie, and that happens all the time. I wouldn't want to go in there and be edited to be the baddie, or edited to be the creep or the freak or whatever. You
say that though, but you know Tully Smythe, who was in 2013?
Say it again.
Tully Smythe.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blonde chick.
Smith? Tully Smith?
Maybe it was Smith, but it was spelt Smythe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But she would cry and shit all the time. Someone I was working with when that was airing, he went to school with her, and he's like, that's exactly how she was.
All the contestants come out and say that they were edited out of context. The winner of the 2012 series was like, there's so many times where I was acting like a dick because of the circumstances that were happening, but it was edited to look like he was just being a dick for no reason. A lot goes into it, and there's a lot of narrative pushed. It's not as real. Obviously, it's reality TV, but Big Brother is not as real as Big Brother says it is.
Yeah. I've just got the article here, and it was the bad couple on House Rules. Channel 7 were ordered to pay compensation because after it aired, they were bullied and harassed, and they were also finding it hard to get work.
Is that a restaurant show? Is that like the one where they bring everyone home and cook for them?
The Channel 7 version of The Block.
Oh, yeah. It's really weird. Like, one channel will come up with a concept, and then the rest will follow eventually, except for Channel 10, because I don't have any money.
Channel 10 was amazing. And
are they? Am I allowed to say that? I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that.
They were, until very recently.
I'll tell you after.
Tell us now.
No, I'll tell you after.
No, he can't.
I can't.
You will be.
Oh, in a couple of weeks I can.
Oh, you work at Channel 10.
Not Channel 10.
Yes.
But they might own it as well. It's really complicated.
Okay.
They own everything.
What was really weird was Michael from one of the Channel 9 seasons of Big Brother.
2012.
Yeah.
Hey, hang on. He just said Michael. And you're instantly like, 2012. And I was just before you said that, I'm thinking, that doesn't narrow it down. I'm sure there was many Michaels over 10 years or something, and you're just instantly, 2012.
Yeah.
Oh no, he did say Channel 9, so it was only a couple of years.
Michael Beveridge, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he had I'm not sure whether it was national or not, but he had a show on Kit over here. And it was a YouTube show, and they would just count down the most popular YouTube videos of the week at like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that was another thing that happened to Big Brother contestants. They would get late night shows. Remember Hot Dogs? Why was he called Hot Dogs? There was a dude in like 06, 07, he was called Hot Dogs.
Yeah.
And then he got his own like game show, quiz show or something that was on at like 1 a.m. called Hot Dogs Quiz or something.
I don't understand the concept for that as a show. It was called YouTube Hits, I think.
Well, it was 2012 when like stuff like Equals 3 was big, so it was still countdowns and top of the week things were still a thing.
We're never getting guests on here again.
He's walked off.
Oh, sorry, I was just I wasn't walking off because I wasn't.
I thought you were like, nah, I'm out of here.
Sorry, I'm so used to doing the Luke and Lewis show here where I'm not on camera, so I'm just like walking around doing other things.
It's you. You can. This is the Keehlan show. Now that we've
This is getting cut. This is getting cut. This is so getting cut.
Now that we've got Keehlan on, do you finally have the balls to ask Isaac Butterfield?
No.
Oh my god.
No. I went to school with Isaac Butterfield. And so when he became big, I was like, oh shit. Holy fuck. In 2014, I was living in Sydney. He called me up here to like we went to the same school. He called me up to ask me how to like do a YouTube channel. And we had we met in the pub, and he's like, all right, so I've got this plan, like, I don't want to, like, do my day job forever, I want to get into comedy, how do I do a YouTube channel? And me, who's never had a successful one, I just went, I don't know. You just kind of do it? I don't know. What do you mean? And then he was like, all right, cool. And then he went off, he started doing stand-up later that year in 2014, and then within 2 years, he just blew up. And I was like, oh, fuck. Because I've seen lots of people come along with like an idea like what he had, and they don't do it and whatever, but then he actually went and did it. I was like, fuck, you actually did it, you son of a bitch. I'm really fucking, I don't know if proud's the right word because I contributed nothing, but like I was really happy for him. So yeah, so now Ripley keeps begging me, he keeps asking like, when are we going to get him on? And I'm like, I've just realized, guys, I think I've got my mic on the wrong setting.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, but then we got...
There's another fucking thing he does all the time! He goes, I'm gonna fucking... Oh, I was gonna tell you, Mitch, an hour ago, but there's actually this problem, right, that you've been ranting about this thing, and that's actually, like, wrong for this reason. But I didn't tell you until you were finished with the rant. Let me just... Sorry, Keehlan. Wow. I'd have an ASMR channel. I was doing ASMR the other night, and I had it set to stereo instead of the directional. Yeah.
So who wants to see my debit card again?
Yeah, please, because this is just going great.
Okay, am I editing this? We didn't discuss this in the pre-show.
Yeah, we are now.
Hey, Ripley, I hate to be that guy, but please, regardless of if you can see anything or not, please blow my card. You guys, actually, this is a cool thing. This is from my wallet. This is my Flybuys card, and when I was a fan, I got Lewis Spears to sign it.
Oh, did you? When you were a fan? Wow. And now you're an employee. I've got one of those, but it's linked to my ex-wife's account, so I don't use it.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, fight the power. Ripley, can I destroy the illusion here? Like Keehlan destroyed the illusion before when he rips on disabled people. I've said these things about my ex-wife. We actually get along. We had a really good conversation yesterday for like an hour, and it was really good. It was actually really good. So I'm just gonna drop the illusion right there. I don't actually fucking hate her.
Yeah.
As far as I know, she doesn't hate me. She probably does. I don't know. But again, she has the house. I don't care.
Oh.
Keehlan, I want to ask you one more thing.
No, mate. You got another 20 minutes with me.
Well, you better stretch this out for 20 fucking minutes. How should a guest be treated when they're on a podcast? Because I don't know if you noticed. I don't know how.
Yeah, I've been trying to carry Mitch.
I think
You can't. You're disabled.
with someone like me who is a nobody, and doesn't matter if you give me if I have a bad impression of you guys, who gives a fuck? Do what you're doing. But if you got someone on who has a little bit of credibility or a little bit of clout, you probably should treat them a little bit nicer and stay on script a little bit more. But hey guys,
We don't have a script. That's the problem.
By script, I mean stay on plan. Don't derail as much. But yeah. For me, I think it's fine. I don't care.
That's exactly what I've been saying for a year, and he hasn't been listening to me at all, and he should be.
Yeah, but Ripley,
Yeah.
you don't speak up when you're supposed to. when I've got the wrong microphone setting on, and you can tell. You didn't tell me. Why not?
Because
it's funny.
That's a funny meme.
Now you're doing squats. Are you doing?
No, I'm just.
That's not squats. She's moving side to side. If you exercise today in your life,
I used to go for walks on the beach, and then.
But then, did your ex-wife take the beach? All right, Ripley. All right, you take over now, bro.
Yeah, Ripley, you've got this.
Yeah, I'm very sorry.
No, we're actually now we're 13 minutes over the hour. We're into overtime now. Like we don't. I'm done.
Minutes.
I'm finished, and Ripley's going to cut this down to an hour anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No, he's not. He's going to keep. Well, if he's going to cut it down, we're going for 2.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
An hour and a half of content.
No.
You can just use your mic and I'll have a conversation.
Is that what you do, Keehlan, when you watch Big Brother and like you found when you found out that there was more Big Brother? Were you like yes, and you did like those little gay aerobics moves?
When I found out Estelle was evicted. Yes.
Which one was Estelle? You've said that name a fair bit, but I don't know who that is.
In 2013, when I found out Tahan didn't win. Yes! Hey, Ripley, don't listen to him.
No, I don't.
You don't what?
I don't listen to Mitch at all. He's
yeah, and it shows. You'd be walking now if you listen to me. He can actually, I only found out the other week, he can actually take a few steps before he falls over. So I've been trying to get him to do it on camera. I'm like, come on, Ripley, you got to do it. Show me. But he won't do it.
If you can bloody walk, why did people have to bring you down in a wheelchair down the rhino room? Okay. There was
a guy I used to work with years ago. He was in a wheelchair. Always in his wheelchair, whatever, and he'd go in his room and he'd come out. One time when no one was around, it was just me that could see him, and he didn't see that I could see him. I saw him get up and take a few steps, and I'm like, fuck, oh my god, I'm like watching this fucking compo claim or something, but then I realized he was like hobbling a bit. I'm like, oh wait, no, like some people can take steps, but they need a wheelchair.
I'm glad you're learning. You're becoming a better person, I think.
No, that was 9 years ago, Ripley. We've regressed a lot since then. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was 9 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Ripley, I've told you before, it's all your fault. The entire thing, it's all your fault. I was actually really nice to disabled people until you came along.
I'm very sorry.
Hey, Ripley, you are a fucking disappointment. Since Ripley here hasn't had much airtime, and Ripley is a fan of the Luke and Lewis show, I'm going to give you a spoiler about what I'm going to do this week on the show. I have an idea.
Yeah.
So, Leon Murray is the voice of the recognizable Big Brother.
Yeah.
Everyone would recognize him as Big Brother. So this is his cameo.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Yep. And I am going to book him to say something for an opening segment, and I'm going to edit. I'm not going to put that much effort in because I never do. But I'm going to put a little bit of effort in for a segment called like Keelan's Big Brother segment, the weekly Big Brother wrap up or whatever.
Oh, it's on your channel.
Oh no, on the Luke and Lewis show, and the boys are going to be like, Keehlan, this is bad content. We're not going to do this. I don't like the idea of this. And I'm going to say, boys, I spent 38 Australian dollars on this. You have to let me do it.
Is that more expensive than Luke and Lewis's cameos?
Do they have cameos?
Yeah.
They have cameos.
Lewis Spears is like $31, I think. Lewis is $50 actually.
Oh.
Yeah, he put it up because he hates doing them.
Wait,
I see him do them all the time.
does Luke have one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Luke to do one, and I want him to say that. Oh fuck! Sorry, the app. I'm downloading the app again. It's not working. I want him to say that.
$7.99.
What should we get Luke to say? Oh, $47.99. Wow.
Say, hey Luke. Oh hey, my name is Luke. He's nuts.
Wow. Hey, my name's Luke. Lewis would have got this cameo if he, but I undercut him by $2. Eat shit, Lewis. D's nuts.
Oh wait, you're from Newcastle, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
Do you know Candace?
Candace.
Candy's nuts straight in your mouth.
Oh. Fuck you. Wow, I actually ate that. Wow. I can't believe I fell for that.
That's good, guys.
You're
I think that is worth a clap.
Ripley, why aren't you clapping? Your hands work.
I am clapping.
Sorry.
Noise suppression, I think, isn't working with the clapping. Can you hear that?
Hey, Keehlan, do you fuck around with settings sometimes, like, for just no reason, and then it just fucks up the entire workflow of the podcast?
This better not be a dig on me.
Yes, actually.
You do.
Something funny. No, not me, but this isn't beef. This isn't negative. I'm sure I'm allowed to say it. So the other day, if you don't know, we're doing multicam. We have 3 cameras set up now in the studio. One on Lewis, one on Luke, one on the 2 of them. And Ruben set up the cameras the other day and changed the settings on Luke's camera. I hope I'm allowed to say this. This isn't bad. And Luke's not that well versed in cameras, so he doesn't really understand how to change all the settings. He has like a basic understanding, but he's not that good. And then so the other day we just get like this random message. I'm with Lewis working, and it's just like, just recorded a podcast completely out of focus. What the fuck, Ruben? You didn't change the settings back. And it was just very funny that Luke spent an hour wasting his life doing a podcast, and it fucked up.
Oh, is this for Luke's podcast?
Yeah.
Poor Ruben.
Is that Memoirs of a White Boy one?
Yeah, Memoirs of a White Guy, yeah.
Wow.
And then Ruben was just like, oh fuck, sorry. I lost my job.
But why didn't Luke check the camera when he was hitting record? Like, why didn't he have like a monitor up?
Auto. I think he had it on auto, but I don't know. Alright, guys, I'm buying a new phone today.
Oh, that deserves a clap. That deserves a clap. Everyone clap. Keehlan's getting a phone.
I'm not getting an Android. I'm not a
Don't listen to Whitey and his propaganda. His Apple propaganda.
Actually, this is something I wanted to talk about because I've never been able to publicly speak about it. So I did film school, right? I did like diploma, and I used Final Cut Pro, and everyone else used Premiere because they think they're cool.
Yeah.
But I specifically chose to learn Final Cut because I knew that's what YouTubers used, and I was thinking about my future and my future career, knowing that there's no film industry in Australia. Sorry to break it to you, Ripley. I know you're studying.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. I've been wanting to do that for a couple of years, but I just don't know how to do it because I did film school as well in 2007. Well, not really film school, TAFE in 2007, and then regretted it. I've regretted it my entire life, but I didn't know how to tell Ripley because as well. What else is it's Adelaide as well that he lives in, so like it's even worse there. Sorry, Keehlan, I interrupted. Go on.
No, you're good, bro. Anyway, so there's this guy who is a massive Lewis Spears fan. Massive fan, bro. Like, huge Lewis Spears fan. Bigger fan than me. And I knew it because he was always wearing, like, this and stuff. Always wearing his merch to the school. And I was like, I bonded with him. I was like, hey, man, I also like Lewis Spears. Anyway, and he's like, I'm using Final Cut Pro to edit one of our projects. Like, I also know Premiere, but I just prefer Final Cut because of how streamlined it is. And he goes, what are you using Final Cut and he kept calling me for using Final Cut. And I was like, bro, shut the fuck up. I'm using it because it's like, it's what's better for me. And I'm, I'm thinking about my future career, right? Anyway, I get a job with Lewis Spears editing on Final Cut Pro because that was one of the things he requested. He was like, if you're going to work for me, I'd prefer you work Final Cut because then we can, work easier together. And I told this guy like 2 months after I started working for Lewis, and he goes, what the fuck? Why do you get to work with him? You're not even good. What the fuck, bro? Whoa, that's fucking stupid. Oh, you don't even deserve that. I was like, man, you know what? I will remember this. I didn't say that to him. I was just like, okay, that was rude. Anyway, now every month, every couple of weeks, he messages me something to do with the podcast about how funny it was or how good the video I made was, whatever the case may be. And when they were hiring for a new guy, I was like, man, I know the perfect guy. I know someone who gets the show. I know someone who would fit in, or maybe not fit in properly, but, understand the team culture. I know someone who's all around it. And guess what? I purposely didn't put in a reference for him. I purposely said, I even said to the boys, I was like, I know a perfect guy, but he said Final Cut to me once, and I don't reckon we should get him.
Edit out what, sorry? Who's talking? Which one is talking? Are we in a Mexican standoff where we're all waiting for one person?
Ripley, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I'll make you look good, don't worry. I'm not sure whether I can do the same.
For me. Oh, yeah, this is what he does a lot. He fucking cuts out a lot because he lives in Adelaide and it's shit there. So he's often, dropping in and out.
Man, I like Adelaide.
Yeah. Oh, have you been?
I've been a couple times, but
I'm so sorry.
When I first started working with Lewis, I was like, man, I hate Adelaide. Adelaide sucks. And he's like, nah, Adelaide's pretty cool. And I was like, nah, it sucks. Went there on the No Slide Season tour, and then again for the Luke and Lewis tour. Man, I actually really like Adelaide. It's a very nice town.
A town, not a city. This is a town.
Yeah, a town. It's not a city at all. No.
Wow. What about Newcastle? Is that a town or a city?
A town, bro.
The KFC that you guys went to for the after party, it's not...
Do you know how many people live here, motherfucker? I think it's 400,000 people. That's a lot. That's a city. I'm sorry.
Frankston, where I used to live, has a population of 300,000 people.
Well, that's a city too. I don't make the rules.
Let's have a look at these populations. Let's have a look.
Oh, 2 minutes, guys. 2 more minutes. So you better make this good.
No, if I'm cutting this down to an hour, aren't we going 2 hours?
Shut up, Ripley! Fuck's sake! Damn it!
Hey, Newcastle has a population of 322,000. Now let's have a look at Frankston.
Well, if you include Central Coast, I'm sure that bumps it up a little bit.
Whoa, 141,000. Anyway, guys, we got to end it because my laptop's going to die.
Yeah, alright, so we're ending anyway. Thank you for coming, Keehlan. Where can people find you?
Instagram at Keehlan, and then Keehlan's Millions on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll drop a link in the description to that. Thank you so much for coming, Keehlan. I'm really sorry about the experience that you've had today, but I'm sure that the government will give you some sort of subsidy for therapy or something. Because shit's pretty good right now with COVID. They're pumping out a lot of money to everybody, so I'm sure you can make a claim. Yeah. Thank you again for coming, Keehlan. I've really appreciated this. I shat my pants throughout the whole thing. I don't know why. Thanks for getting in, Ripley. You've done really good.
Well, I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to get anybody else now.
Why?
Why don't you ask Radio Mike?
Actually, that is
Fuck.
That's a good idea. Do you reckon he'd do it?
No.
I mean,
he's got the word radio in his name. That means he's important.
No, if you say that I did it, he might.
Fuck.
I can't promise you, obviously, but
well, we got a lot to work on before we get to there.
If I get Radio Mike on, I need to make sure that Mitch behaves.
Yeah, you would if Mike was on. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming, Keehlan. And check out patreon.com/MickeyMitch for once a month bonus episodes for just $1. And Ego Raptor, please make more cartoons.